What's up there guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Derail Valley. So here we are at Harbour and I have picked out some jobs that we're going to be running out of here today. So please do grab yourself a drink. Let's hit the rails. Alright then guys, so first things first, I've picked out 6 jobs and I think these could make for a good little run across the map. So let's have a quick look on the map to get us started here. So we're heading out of Harbour, up to Steel Mill, Farm, Oil Well Central, City West, Coal Power Plant and up to Iron Ore Mine West. So slightly more varied than what I showed at the end of the last video. So we arrived here at Harbour a couple of episodes ago and we offloaded in the last video. Now we have picked out some jobs. I'm also going to take a look at Machine Factory Military Base as well and see if there's anything going there from here, from the military base here. But we'll do that towards the end of this episode, if not in the next one. We'll see how we get on for time. For now, I'm going to take you through these jobs. So we've got the drop-off at Iron Ore Mine West, which is 576 tonne. We've got Coal Power Plant 672, City West 342, Farm, slightly lighter load of 171. Sorry, that's Oil Well Central. Farm is 188 tonne. And then the Steel Mill run is 272 tonne. So decent amount of weight overall, over 2,000 tonne altogether, if we don't add in the military. But obviously the military stuff will push it up even more. We've got our DE6, a slug, and another DE6 that we're going to be running at the front. And I'm probably going to bring in the DH4 for this, our own DH4 with a signal booster. But first things first, let's get these jobs loaded into the hotbar. So I'm going to load these in sort of reverse order. So the one at the in position 6 on the hotbar will be the first drop off, which will be at the rear of the train. So in order of the train, this will be at the rear because it's our first drop off. And we'll see how we get on, guys. I'm going to show you where these jobs are quickly, and I'll show you kind of what we'll be doing. So we do have one job over on D Yard, which is the it's the farm mixed, the City West mixed set. We've got one job there, which is the tankers, which is the Oil Well Central drop off of empties, and then everything else is on E Yard. Show you briefly, and then we'll start sort of getting stuff compiled together. So we've got our own DE6 over here with a slug and a rented DE6. So we really need to turn those around because we're heading out the other way. But we do have the scrap containers here. We've got one set of the mixed stuff here. I can't remember if that's Coal Power Plant or the other one. And then we've got another set there. So they are the Iron Ore Mine West and the Coal Power Plant. We've then got the run to Farm there with the ammonium nitrate. And I think that's everything, isn't it? So we've got those ones, those mixed. We've got those which are on D Yard. Those which are on G Yard. The farm bunch there, and then the scrap, yeah? So we can start putting our train together, really. I'm going to start by getting the DE2 first. We're going to want to service her because she's done a lot of work for us and it'll cost us more if we just clear the fees using the machine as opposed to doing a manual service. So she's down there at the moment, but we do have these tankers right next to her that we can start pulling into position. So the tankers are... Let's have a look. So they are going to go behind this mix set. So yeah, so I think we're going to have to pull out the... I'll tell you what we'll do, guys. We'll pull out the mixed set first from the D Yard, hook them up into these, and let the DE2 pull them closer to the main line, so that when we hook everything together, it should be all nice and simple. I'll hop in here, I'll fire up this DE2. She's already disconnected nicely. And we'll put her into drive. We need some lights on, ideally. But yeah, DE2 was instrumental in our last episodes, helping us out here with the run into harbour and then the drop-offs. We won't be doing any shunting to prepare for this job, and we won't be offloading what we brought in either. So we'll be mainly just focusing on the new stuff, which I think is more exciting. At least more interesting. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Alright, so we'll run the D yard first, because those City West cars will be in front of the tankers, so we'll go with that. We'll go with that option. Yeah guys, I really hope you enjoy this video. If you enjoy it and you want to support the channel, please do hit the like button. Also, if you want to see more videos like this, please do subscribe. You'd be helping me out a great deal. And it's just a great way of supporting the channel, really. We are flying pretty fast there. Better slow down a tiny bit as we come into this turn. Alright, let's get ourselves down there then. Because we're not yet validated, I can't remember which lane it's in, so I can't check the sheet either because it doesn't tell you. So I'll have a look when we get down there. I remember it's on this side. I actually had a glance at these jobs the other day, but it's just been such a busy week. Didn't have time to record at the time, so I just had a quick recce to see where things were. I think it's those ones. We'll give these a quick check over, of course. Alright, so these are HBFH89, and that is the correct set. So let's get those connected up. You can hear the engine labouring there. The compressor's kicked in to fill that brake line with air. It's actually fully released now, so see that reservoir still coming up. So these are 342 tons, so it's a decent amount of weight, I guess. We'll have even more once we grab these. We'll grab these empties as well. We'll use the remote here. We're already paired up. See if it'll let us get on here. Little DE2 doing all the work here in the initial stage of this load. Alright, so back into G yard now. Just let her get moving before we put any more power on. I think it was G2S. Although we'll have an eyeball of it when we go in. In fact, just to save a bit of time, we can go ahead here because we've got the remote. Check now, everything's good. Yes, it's the other end, it's actually 6. See if it'll let us climb this again. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was coming in that way, it's this way obviously. Alright, we'll get these babies connected up. And pull them out. Little tiny bit of wheel slip there just as the brakes were coming off. There she goes, she's handling them just fine. So we'll hop back in the DE2. We don't want to pull them completely out onto the track, I just want them next to the main line to make it easier to pick them up. So once we get close here, we'll just bring the train to a stop. I'll disconnect, take the DE2 down for servicing, and then we'll start putting the DE6 part of the train together. Hope this is making sense. So that'll do nicely, really. Put the parking brake on there. Now here we go. So that's like the middle part of the train now, pulled close to the main line. So easy pickup for the DE6. And what do we have over here? So we've got a DE6, a couple of 282s and a DH4. So I think we'll grab that DE6 potentially for a military job, although we still need to have a look and see what jobs are going out of there. So there we go. So we'll pull her in. I won't service her just yet because we're going to pull the D6 slug D6 in, so we'll just give her the correct position in for that. We'll service them all together. Get the whole thing paid for in one go. Shut everything off. The one thing I will do is take out this wireless thing. It will it'll despawn out of there anyway, but just in case we want it. In the meantime, you know, for our DE6, I think we've got one anyway. While we're over here, let's go see what jobs are going out of military base. The reason for this now is because I just realised if we pull our DE6 slug DE6 into the loco area, we're going to struggle to get anything else out because we'll be blocking the whole thing. So let's just have a quick look at the military jobs over here, and then we can, you know, maybe even pull that DE6 out. It's a lot of prep work, but we're getting there. Right. Machine factory military base. We've got some missiles. And that's it. So we could tag those missiles on the end anywhere. Depends where they are. 72 ton. Looks like they're there. So pretty easy to access. And it looks like some jeeps there going to the main military base. Wonder whether it would be worth slotting another DE2, a DE6 in, or whether we'll manage. Yeah, so there's an offload of it's actually tanks, that one. I wonder whether it's worth another DE6 or not. 2,000 ton with a DE6 slug DE6. I think we might manage, you know. I don't think we need that other DE6. I could be wrong. And even if we do, we could always just utilise her as extra power behind the other rented DE6 of two of them. Like so 3D6s at the front of the train and just not worry about the distribution of power. Right, let's start to get stuff connected up. So in order to do this, like I said, I want my own DH4. Now, in an unprecedented move, I am going to spawn in the DH4, our own. I've not done this the entire playthrough, and I didn't do it through my original playthrough either. But the option is available to us. It's going to cost us. So DH4, we'll see how much this will cost to do. I've never done it before during my playthrough. So we'll pop it in behind our first drop-off, which is going to be this run to steel mill. So we'll put it in behind these. Like so. It's going to cost 2,500, so not too bad. And there she is. And we're going to be mainly, we've brought her in for the use of the remote, which we'll talk about in just a sec. Connect these babies up. She can hold those, and that parking brake isn't on, so that's a good start. So, DH4 wise, she spawned in, she's got a parking brake on, she's got a wireless MU unit. We'll throw on a couple of switches here, and I'll throw this unit on. I actually switched those off there. They spawned in as they were previously on. Okay, so she's going to be in transmit mode. I'm going to hook up the remote. And because this locomotive switched off, she will now send a signal via the MU, the wireless MU unit, to the DE6. I'll put on a bit of lighting here, just for when we do come to use her. We'll just have the tail lights on. And she will sit at the rear of the train for when we need her. For a bit of shunting. She'll probably take that job into steel mill, for example. But for now, let's get our DE6s involved. I think we're going to need both of them switched on. And they are pointing in the wrong direction, but that's fine. We can turn them around. Do we want to turn them around first? I think that's probably a good idea. Just thinking about things. Yeah, let's assume obviously this is going to be the front runner. So brakes are operational from this unit. Let's check this back one. Yeah, brakes are cut out. Parking brake was on. Okay, so now if we were to use the remote, it's not working because I think we need the wireless MU unit on first. Just try. So we'll put it in receive mode. Alright, let's get her down to C yard for a turnaround. If it'll let me do it. And because we are connected via the wireless, I can't actually even manually operate her at the moment, so. So we'll go into C and we'll turn round. It's the first job with the DE6. Alright, round she goes nicely. Whoops, the wallet's not going to do us any favours, and neither is trying to spawn in a train. We need to go to the switch. There we go. Alright, so she's just about in position now to be reversed in for our first pickup. So working from the rear of the from the front of the train to the rear, we need 7-6 first. So let's have a quick look down here and see where we're at. Got a feeling it's that one over there. Let's quickly check. So we want to load the Iron Ore Mine West job closest to the DE6s. Before I start throwing switches, let's just check it out. Seven, 6. So it's in it's lane 9, I believe, isn't it? Lane 10. So we'll get those. Get the D6s moving slowly, and then that should bring us in nicely. So let's have a quick glance. I've sent them off the wrong way, haven't I? You know, I sent them so far they probably got to the servicing yard. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Yeah, they were up at the servicing yard, up at that switch, so we probably could have just took them in there, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright, let's go meet them, see how fast they're going. We can't see the readout of the speed on here because it's connected to a DH4 which isn't moving, so you get that 0 readout. Alright, so I've just noticed the time as well. Hold on a sec. Oh, no, that's right. I've just noticed the time as well, guys, so we're going to have to do the majority of this loading up in the next episode. Unfortunately, time has flown by there. So we'll make it into 2 parts, I think, in terms of the loading up section of this thing, and then we'll get the actual jobs done. So you can see how this is very time consuming, and obviously we do things in a certain way to try and make life easy when it comes to the drop-off section. But in the meantime, we do end up with quite a time-consuming prep section. Whoops. And as you can see, guys, that's our first job loaded on. In the next episode, we will load more, and we'll certainly crack on and get that done. And then we'll exit here, and I think that'll be an absolute blast. But for now, I want to say thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified of up-and-coming videos. And please do take care of yourselves, guys. And I'll catch you guys again soon.